Hello and welcome to the International Overwatch League Minors. We are in Season 6 and we are in playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Queenie, and I have my wonderful co-host, Super, with me. Hello, Super. How are you?
What's going on?
Not much. Just excited to get this game going in Tier 1 with the Easy Lynx versus the... And I'm sorry, I screw up this name every time. And... Anna... Can you
Yep,
pronounce that?
that's how you say it.
I'm so sorry, Taters. That's why I just call you Taters. But we are in round 1 for Tier 1 in this playoffs. So this is either for the advance or for the knockout going into round 2. So we are super excited. First map we have Lijiang Tower, and then following Numbani, Dorado, Eichenwald, and Nepal. So we have our lineups here. Let's just go ahead and check in with these teams and see if they're ready to go. Is there anything exciting that you're looking for out of these teams this map?
I don't know about exciting, but it is the playoffs, so that in itself is exciting. Obviously, at least for me, I've seen a lot of both of these teams in a regular season. So now, if anything, I guess the excitement comes in that this is for all the marbles. It's literally win or go home.
Most definitely. So you know both of these teams are going to be out here on this battlefield giving it their absolute all they can. We are still waiting for the ready. Oh. And I did forget to spectate. Put someone spectating blue. And it does look like we are ready, possibly.
Yeah, it looks like naturally they want to get in those last minute pep talks, those last minute calm your nerves, to just another game that matters more than the other ones.
Most definitely, and it does look like we are ready. So we are going to be hopping into Lijiang Tower.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Most definitely, we wish both these teams good luck and have fun. But like you mentioned it, this is all or nothing.
Ready for battle.
Alright, it looks like we are getting our starting lineups here over on the
Yeah,
Tater
and then
side.
not only that, I believe this is the 4-5. Good.
No. Over on the Tater side, we're running the Reinhardt Zarya with a Symmetra Soldier and a Lucio Moira. And then over on the, I'm forgetting names already, Lynxes side, we're running the Diva Reinhardt with a Reaper Symmetra and a Lucio Bap. Let's see who gets to point first. And it looks like Lynx is on point first.
Well, you might call it even time, both taking the literal same Symmetra teleport route.
Most definitely, but it looks like Taters are up here. Only Symmetra is on this point. Lucio and Diva joins her.
The
objective now open. Taters does have control.
Yeah, that's the first cap for Taters. Link's gonna have to back it up.
A little bit of a speed boost getting that Reinhardt in there.
I will say that first fight was a little deceiving. You didn't really see many kills.
Oh no, I think it was just more of you know, who had the most people on the point and deciding when to back up and when to push.
100%, and Nino mistakes were made.
Ooh, that could have been possibly a bad charge there, but it doesn't get booped completely off with a huge shatter, and it's just a cleanup.
Yeah, nearly a team wipe there. I mean, only a Moira away from a team kill.
%10 to 37%. Tators looks like they're gonna try to do the symmetric. No, looks like they're gonna go around that right side.
Tators coming in hot with 4 ults right now, though, probably 5 compared to 0 on the other side. We'll make that 1.
Oh, and we see the TP and the beat and shield coming into play. Also, Coalescence, that's 3 alts used. 4 alts used. 5 alts used.
5.
So many alts on the point. Tators aren't in here though. A huge grab coming in. Reaper and Pharah still on this point, trying to get those picks. Huge barrage, just doesn't get anybody though.
Maybe not getting the picks. I mean, at least just holding enough so their team can get there. Now they've got the numbers advantage.
Most definitely, they were able to keep control of that point. See the TP going behind. Tators are on this point. Oh, and a huge shatter. Reinhardt gets taken down. Lucio gets taken down. Lucio on the other side gets taken down. D.Va gets demacked. We are now in overtime, and it looks like Tators are trying to take it, but they still have a Pharah on this point. Pharah gets taken down, and Tators gets cap of the point.
Yeah, you know, a little better late than never. Obviously, it took an overtime period, but probably got to be a little bit on the urgency side if you are the Tators. I mean, one fight and it's over.
Most definitely. Looks like we have a couple of switches. We got off the Reaper onto a Junkrat. Big bomb coming in
space,
onto
a lot of
point.
splash damage.
Huge, taking 3. Fu with a giant bomb. Oh, and we see the counter bomb coming in from behind. Doesn't take anybody.
Oh, but takes out the Rhine on the remake.
D.Va putting in the work here, taking out little. Oh no, Pharah took out little D.Va. Beat comes into play. Symmetra is on the point. Oh, D.Va gets charged. It is coming down to the wire here, 99 to 99% now into overtime.
Oh, and Taylor just took advantage. Might be it.
And map 1 of Li Zhang goes to Tators.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
Well, it's high noon summer.
I can't wait to get into the fight.
Looks like we are running a little bit of a mirror comp here, except for these healers. You know, they got the switch on the Baptiste and the Moira there. But other than that, everything is identical.
4, 3,
Oh, nope, they switched to Mei.
1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Tators trying to make a quick advance.
Candace.
Both teams are on this
Mirror
point.
strategies, both taking the TP. Same spot.
Looks like Tators has a little bit more of an advantage here. May is still on point and frozen. And she is able to get out possibly. No, she gets taken down.
Yeah, Tators take the early cap again. I believe they took the early cap in the last map as well.
Yes, they did. So, I mean, this could be a quick turnaround.
Shoot down.
Let's get a look at this Pharah here, trying to get a couple of shots here from the sky.
And I think it might work out better. There's no hit scan on the other side, so should be easy pickings.
Right on target.
Does take out some of those turrets,
stand corrected.
unfortunately. Yeah, those turrets definitely doing the work. Say freeze coming in.
I mean, gets the junk, but no one can capitalize on it.
Symmetra getting taken down. May gets taken down. The Baptiste gets taken down. Looks like Tator's still having a very strong hold here.
Clearing the area. I'm back to fight.
Tator's definitely having a large ult economy as well.
Oh yeah, what, sitting on 4? Even with that tire, still sitting pretty with 3 of them, and then, you know, Diva Bomb's at 85, so that's nearly there.
Tyre does get the Baptiste, but they do use res. It's like Lynx is gonna try to go around this backside. Gotta watch for those boops coming out of that Lucio though. Barrage shield, beat, coalescence, everything coming in. There goes a window and bomb.
Well, overtime again. Lynx gonna have to put a little pep in her step.
Most definitely, but it looks like Tators does have a little. No, looks like they're pretty
oh no,
even.
it's a back and forth.
Most definitely, both of these teams just going back and forth. Mercy gets taken down. It looks like Lynx only has 2 people on this point.
4 on 2, 4 on 5 on 1.
See bomb coming in. May gets the freeze on herself though. Oh, tries to send
Oh,
out.
we got eaten.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Tators do take round 1. Or map 1. Whatever you would like to call it.
Play of the game.
Justice reigns from above.
Double, triple kill.
I was almost gonna say, what was that play coming out of Cheeky there? But I then at the very end you saw that double boop, which was obviously very huge. All right, and as we head back into lobby, let's see if there is any switches coming out of these teams as we head over to Nubani.
Memory serves me correctly. I don't believe Tators have a bench. I believe that's their coach and manager on the spectator side.
I believe so. So, I mean, there won't be a whole lot of switches. I mean, they could switch around in roles, but they don't really have a whole lot of people to bring in and out. We do have a couple of switches over on the Lynx side. Token Brick coming in for tank, as well as your mom Whack. And then Sammy coming in on DPS. And Night Night and Mr. White on support. Now looking at that Lijiang Tower, what was some big things that you saw that really turned the tide for these teams. I mean, like we said, Tators, they were very point dominant and was able to get control on that second point instantly and not give it up, but they had a little bit of struggle that first point. What do you think Lynx could have done to turn it around a bit?
I think that map came down to ult management. Like there was a handful of times where we saw it where Taters were sitting on 3 to 4 ults, whereas the Lynx had 0 or 1. When you're pretty evenly matched, and obviously in the playoffs this is a 4 and a 5 seed, those small differences are gonna like change everything. So for Lynx, I think it's better coordinating their ults to obviously use them together.
Definitely, I could see that. Tater says they have no switches. They're gonna keep it the way it's going. What ain't broke, don't fix, right?
Exactly.
Just waiting on that ready up. I know with Lynx having 3 people on the bench, this could possibly be a little bit of a change up to help them with this hybrid map. So I mean, maybe payload maps are more Lynx's. I can't think of words.
Forte.
There you go. Thank you. That one works as well.
Yeah, it could definitely be that. Could also be the character choice selection. Maybe some characters tend to work better depending on the map, and some people just have a favorite map.
Most definitely. I know my favorite has to be King's Row. I could play anything on King's Row and just be happy. Still waiting up. Still waiting on the ready. Coming out. Oh, and I was speaking too soon. There it is. So let's jump into Numbani.
Traveling to Numbani. Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Alright, and as we are getting ready for battle here, looks like on defense we are running a Diva Reinhardt Mercy so far. There we go. Here's our other pick with a Soldier and Reaper. Still don't know the other support coming in. Looks like we're going to go ahead and go with an Anna on gosh darn it, on defense. Now on attack, we're running that Reinhardt Diva, Cassidy Junkrat with a Brig Mercy.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Forward, my friends!
Powered up. Keep it coming.
Looks like Tators are going to go ahead and go all the way around. Oh, big picks right there coming out of that Reaper and that Soldier.
Yeah, that's an early quick shutdown for Lynx. Gonna stop that push. Tater's gonna have to back it up.
It does look like they get the quick group up here with a couple of switches. Looks like we are now on that Hanzo.
Yeah, now they're gonna try the high route.
And another quick pick on that support. Both divas get demeched here. Junkrat just lobbing in. He's very low, only has that Mercy for support.
Oh, just this here. All systems checked out. Now,
That is a big anti on that Reinhardt.
boosters engaged.
It looks like Tators does need to get another regroup here.
Yeah, but their chance for a major push might come here. Valkyrie's ready. Tyre is... There it is. And Hanzo probably gets there within the fight.
Most definitely. And there goes the dragon. Both Mercies getting a res off here. Tyre coming into play. Tyre does take the Reinhardt.
Ooh, and
Soldier coming
Sammy
in.
might just have the shutdown with the ult of the sentry there.
Right, and a little quick pick on that Anna.
That's a good hold. Because they were down about 2 members, and not even get up a tick is absolutely phenomenal.
Most definitely. And you see they still have 3 ults online where Tators used quite a bit of their ults, but they do have 1, 2, 3 possibly. There is only 50 seconds left on this clock. Tators really have to push.
Yeah, but I mean, with the Diva Bomb, that's going to create space. So obviously that they're going to push on that, similar to the Tyre.
See 2 ults coming online. That Shatter. Oh, does it get the res off before she's able to die? She does get the res off, but Bomb takes her out. Big anti coming out of this Anna here on this back. I don't think they even noticed she's there.
Yeah, 20 seconds here. You don't really have time for a group, but you kind of just have to you kind of just like stagger in there, and then that might do it.
10 seconds remaining.
If you're Lynx, I don't think you can test here.
Overtime.
Coming on to overtime, and they do get the point. 2 minutes and 26 seconds on that clock.
Get through this. APM 좀 올려볼까? Defense matrix activated. Get through
See,
this.
possibly 3 ults coming online for Lynx, and only 2. Well, they're using Valk right now.
Time to raise my APM.
Still got 2. Both DPS are sitting on their ults.
This.
We see Bomb launched. Gets the Mercy.
Well, gets the Mercy. That's always huge.
Now we're talking. APM 좀 올려볼까?
Diva gets a quick sleep there and demech.
Not back for more.
I mean, clearly Lynx was listening to the stream, because this is a lot better ult management than on the first map.
See, I think some teams are just a lot better at payload maps than control.
Yeah, I can definitely see that also, because obviously it changes the strategy. With the fight constantly being on the move.
Oh, we see Soldier alt coming. Teams really split up here, though. There we go. Now they're grouping
30
back up.
seconds. Not looking pretty here.
30 seconds remaining.
We see Lynx with the 2 ults online. Unfortunately, Tators don't have any, but I mean, they could possibly get Diva Bomb here fairly quickly.
They could, but it's still a dangerous spot to be in, mostly because of that.
The Shatter. Are we gonna get a die here? No, we're not gonna get a die here. We do see Bomb coming into play. Oh, Bomb
takes him out. Now he's definitely not gonna die here.
Night on this Mercy, keeping the team up. See a Bomb, we see a Shatter, we see a Valk. All these alts coming into play right now. We still have 2 Tactical Visors coming into play. Next will be die. There it is. Round 1 complete with Lynx holding strong.
0 to 1. Switching sides.
Normally, I always say the attack side is supposed to set the bar and put on the pressure. But that's more pressure that Lynx applied there. That's not that far of a push. I mean, they barely got it around the first corner. If you're Lynx, you've got to enjoy that defensive stand right there.
Oh, I completely agree. And honestly, I rather defend first than attack first. Because, I mean, if you defend first, then you can very easily keep a very strong hold and know how far you really have to push it. And like Lynx did, they held it very, very hard. And now they don't have that far to push, but they do have to cap this point.
Attackers incoming.
Right, that's like the ultimate equalizer here. Because I mean, you like you just mentioned, you can hold them to a small push, which they did. But if you can't even cap, you're not going anywhere.
And it does look like we have our starting lineups on defense. We're running the Reinhardt Zarya with a Torb Bastion. Ooh. And a Baptiste Moira.
Defend objective A.
On attack, we've got that Diva Reinhardt with a Soldier Reaper and a Mercy Anna. It looks like we're going to go to the high ground.
A lot of judgmental ire from the viewers on that one.
Right, but right now they know that they have a Bastion, so it's really about communication with this team and figuring out what exactly they're going to do. And it looks like this Reaper is going to come in this behind right here and try to take this Bastion out. Fortunately, having a Mercy pocket is kind of hard.
Yeah, I think first things first, you just gotta, you're not going up that small hallway. Yep, there we go.
Turret is taken out, so that's a little bit less damage being poured onto them. Looks like they're trying to sneak around since they know that Bastion's over there in that back.
Yeah, I've got to say, it's very questionable how they keep trying this small hallway. I mean, it's a parade of bullets. You're not pushing through there.
I missed where that Reaper happened to go. Does look like we are using Valk early here.
Very early. I wonder if that was a fat finger.
Big grab in that room, and we see a charge. Bastion is using ult. Oh, and that is a big shatter. This could be it. That's all they needed. You know, they had a lot of patience coming into that, just doing that little bit of poke around the corner.
Objective lost.
And they're
Stop
definitely
the
ahead. I mean,
enemy.
4 minutes to only push it around one block.
I agree.
It's basically going to force Tators to play extremely far up.
Anna staying on the payload as everybody else pushes up, trying to make plenty of room, not knowing where exactly that Bastion is. I don't see him.
He's way in the back, and I don't know if I agree with that. You have to push up. You lose right there. The point's right there.
Most definitely. They do see Window coming into play, though. Does kind of make Lynx back off a bit.
Back up, but that's going to be a long 3 minutes.
Immortality coming in. Oh, and the Bastion gets taken down, but gets rezzed. Bomb coming in. We see the... Oh, Bastion gets taken out of his ult there. And Lynx takes map 2. It is now tied up 1-1.
Play of the game.
Your mom whack coming in with that huge nano boosted Reinhardt there, charging, getting that Reinhardt taken out and getting that shatter on that ground.
Yeah, and basically making me put my foot in my mouth because I said that hallway thing wasn't going to work.
Sometimes slow and steady wins the race.
It does, and it's good enough to tie it up. So we've got to tie gaming and going into map 3.
Most definitely. And as we go back to lobby here and switch over to Dorado, just checking in to see if there is any switches coming in for these teams. Well, at least Lynx, because we know they're pretty much the only ones that do have people available to switch in and out. But I mean, with that hold that they did, they might not want to switch anybody. Did I just spell taters wrong? No, I spelled it right. Okay. And it does look like we have a couple of switches coming in on the Lynx side. Fu is coming in for your mom. Nino is coming in for Cheeky. And support are staying the same. Most definitely can't forget to switch the maps here. Map 3 being Dorado. And if you are just tuning in, this is Season 6 Playoffs, Round 1, Tier 1, Easy Lynx versus Tators. And so far, it is tied up 1-1. And, you know, as we saw in Numbani, switching sides with Lynx being on attack and Tators being on defense, this is a good chance for Tators to show a very dominant defense and stop Lynx in their tracks like Lynx did to them. And, you know, with this just being a normal payload map and not a hybrid map, there's a lot more room to move without having to take that first capture point.
Yeah, definitely, and also with Dorado, a lot of elevation changes. A lot of corners, but there's a lot of high ground points here. So I know we saw a little bit of the Pharah play. I don't know if you're gonna get that now because you've got to imagine they're gonna have hit scans.
Oh, most definitely. I know Nino does play a bit of Farah, and Sammy on that soldier has been true and strong. But you look over at Tater's side with Ban and Trev. Ban being that Hanzo main, I mean, he can very easily take a Farah out of the sky and be able to bounce those arrows off of corners and everything. Um, and Trev, I mean, he's got a little Junkrat thing there, so maybe, who knows, maybe we'll see some Junkrat coming out of that. And honestly, I would like to see some Echo, maybe some Widow on this map. I know there's a lot of Widow played on this map as well, and I know some of these players know how to play some Widow. So that could be a very big possibility coming into Dorado as well. And it does look like
Yeah,
we have the ready from both teams. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh, you're good.
Just throw us into this map. Let's go. It is 1-1 onto map 3.
The only thing I was gonna point is like you mentioned the Widow, which you've seen a bit of Widow play, but at least for my experience, from what I've seen in T1, I've not seen much, if any, Echo. It's almost like a blue moon when you do see it.
Ready for battle.
Oh, and I spoke it into existence. Going on that Widow. And ban on that Hanzo, like I said. Oh, and the Junkrat. Okay.
In 30 seconds.
I think I have the Witch's Brew now. On defense, looks like we are running the double shield with a Rissa Sig, a Hanzo Junk, and an Anna Lucio. And over on attack, we are running the Reinhardt Sig with a Soldier Widow and a Mercy Anna.
Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
And quick flank action by Sam makes quick work of Band.
Well, 7 looks like we have to switch off the Riddle onto the Pharah since they don't really have a hit scan. But I mean, Band on that Hanzo could get it.
It could get it, and even Anna is technically a sniper.
Pharah in their backline just raining down on them. It looks like this is going to be a very quick first point cap here.
Yeah, I mean, basically faced like little to no opposition. Payload just strong moving. 5 minutes, 28 seconds on a first cap is extremely fast.
Both of these tanks just taking so much damage. Does get the res on Reinhardt though.
Take your medicine.
Pharah just being that huge shield break for them that they need. Fire Strike gets eaten by the Sigma.
No. Event matrix activated. Farewell.
See, Diva in the backline was just trying to get that dive on the Pharah, and unfortunately gets demexed. Oh, and a huge barrage in the backline, taking 2 down. Nanoed Reinhardt, Mercy still on this point.
All systems.
Diva tries to get the remech, but gets taken down.
Payload has reached the checkpoint.
and it's just smooth sailing.
Most definitely, with 5 minutes and about 20 seconds left on the clock. You know, Lynx is just not giving up. They continuously add so much pressure.
Yeah. Now they're definitely gonna get some resistance here. Obviously, spawn advantage easily goes to the defensive side. But I mean, maybe they're gonna put my foot back in my mouth because they're still rolling.
Yeah, I mean, 4 minutes and 55 seconds, and it's coming around that first corner right here in the bend. And you see they are in their spawn. Oh, but Shatter does hit point.
There's
A
point,
charge.
nice charge, takes out the Mercy. Another hammer takes out the support line.
Dragon's coming out of band there.
We're all soldiers now. Thanks.
Ooh, maybe
On my
jump the
tab.
gun there with Cassidy. That might come back to hurt them.
Ooh, Cass taking out the Pharah. Bomb taking 2 and gets the remech.
My ultimate is charging.
Enemy contact. Easy. Thought I saw a ghost.
Cass out here doing so much damage.
You know, I got a very questionable defense here, though.
Let's start over at the beginning.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Tactical visor activated. Let's start over at the beginning.
With 2 minutes and 9 seconds left on the clock, they get to point 3. Now we are switching over to Lynx on defense and Tators on attack.
Switching sides.
You know, that's a really strong time.
Initiating match.
Like, I guess I would say hindsight for Tators is that, you know, you did somewhat stonewall them in there at the back end, but that's a lot of pressure that just got put on you.
Most definitely. I mean, now Tators definitely have to push it just as far, and if not faster, to have a little bit higher of a chance in that overtime round.
Right, 100%. I think at this point, the main focus just has to be that you know you have to take it the entire way. Worry about the clock later.
Oh, it looks like we get a switch off that Pharah, and you know, is now going a Genji. But you see, Trev over on Tater's side has opted for the Pharah instead of that Junkrat, or Cassidy.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Oh, and that is a early pick there on that Pharah.
And like I said, Anna is technically a sniper.
Diva gets demeched and taken down. Reinhardt falls. This could be a very bad position for them.
Now, like, having casted a few games, this is one strategy that I will never understand. I never understand that route of going underneath the stairs, ignoring the payload, and just kind of going straight for the other. I've yet to see it work, and I've probably casted about, like, 10 to 15 games this season.
I mean, I can understand it for the fact that you may want to get people off of the high ground, because it's definitely very hard to push with them being on high ground.
Which I get that, but I would just offer the catch-22 of that. All that time you're wasting going back there, the payload is still sitting at spawn.
And you are completely right, especially in a time crunch like this, where we know Lynx has a very strong defense, and that Tators really need to get it pushed. So, I mean, possibly leaving that cart unattended for so long doesn't really work in their favor.
Yeah, again, especially when you just saw the Lynx push on you with an extremely strong time.
But
so,
I mean,
obviously,
we just put our foot in our mouth, because they did leave the cart unattended and still was able to get it.
Yep, still got there. Pace-wise, you're a minute behind. Like, obviously, yes, I understand that I opened it off by saying you don't need to worry about the clock. You just need to push it there. But you should still be cautious of the clock.
Most definitely. You know, this is an all-out battle right here. We see Coalescence coming into play. May pushing up, Reinhardt charging in. See Freeze, as Sigma gets frozen there and taken down. What is this team? What is this attack? It is working in Tator's favor. I mean, they're coming around this first bend right here, that second point, and are slowly but surely moving it with 3 minutes and 30 seconds on that clock.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. I would argue it's a little deceiving though, because Lynx are still getting some picks. They're just obviously not winning the fights as a whole. And again, the clock is in their favor. They really just have to milk it. They don't necessarily have to stop.
Most definitely. We see that block shatter with Reinhardt getting taken out there. And again, this is just a little cleanup. Moira still on that point. She has no fade though. This is it. And gets taken down. About 2 minutes and 30 seconds on that clock. Lynx, very strong defense. We see a Lux coming into play. Beat is there to protect them, though.
That's what that thing's called. Flux. I gotta remember that. I'm not being funny either. I've been calling it lift for like the past 3 months.
Sigma go fly high?
Yes, that.
I mean, what works, honestly.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
3 minutes and 20 seconds left on this clock, and they don't have very much further to go. But like you mentioned earlier, you know, this is a close respawn, so this could be a very good hold coming out of Lynx.
Yeah, exactly. But 3 minutes is a good time. It's a nice solid time. Obviously, in the circumstance, you're behind, but you're definitely not out of it.
To raise my APM.
We see Dragon come into play. Hasn't taken anybody. Oh, and he gets taken down. Sammy does get 2 picks there, though.
And 2 picks forces him to retreat and definitely play around the walls.
Does look like they're going to try to take the high ground here.
Feeling spry. Observe the battle. Enemies not orbiting.
Pushes Lynx off the high ground. Freeze coming into play. Gets 2. Oh, and a huge shatter. Cass taking out that Mei. See Mercy on this backside. They don't even know she's there holding this point up. Looks like Lucio finally sees her. But she's keeping this Ryan art up. Got a minute and 30 seconds left, and it looks like they are able to stand their ground here.
Yeah, now Sammy's got an ult. Or 3 ults, 5 ults. Probably, yeah, 5. We'll call it 5.
And then over on the Tater side, it looks like they only have that Lucio beat. Maybe Soldier. See a Nano Divisor. Takes out 1. Oh, what is Nino doing? Nino is in the back here trying to take this Lucio down. Does he get it? Does he get it? Fan the hammer over and over. Takes the Lucio. He now has High Noon and he's coming up behind. High Noon, he drops. Gets the Tracer.
Yeah, now if you're Tators, it's dangerous. You probably have time for a group up, but it's gotta be quick.
I mean, 15 seconds left on the clock. It definitely has to be a very quick group up. Looks like maybe Tracer can get here with that ball and be able to touch.
Yeah, and even if you probably want to launch B and then just go.
Yep, and we see Beat dropping right now.
You've got to send this Diva Bomb now.
And he does send it up in the sky. Does it get it? It does get 1. Gets the Mercy, which is a huge pick. Oh, and they're
2.3.
falling.
There it is. There you go, Tators.
And the last 15 seconds, they push it the rest of the way that they needed. And we are now 3-3 going into round 2 of Dorado. You see over there on Tater side, they only have a minute to start out with, where Lynx has 3 minutes and 9 seconds. So I mean, they're definitely going to have to stay on this point. I'm not giving up. They could push this all the way.
Okay, it is definitely within the realm of possibility that they can push it. Obviously, a minute isn't ideal, but it's going to be the same situation for the other side. It's going to come to a point where you cannot leave that payload.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
And we see over on the defense end, we are running the double shield with the Reinhardt stick, a Soldier Ash, and a Mercy Anna. And on attack, we've got the Reinhardt Diva with a Mei Soldier and a Lucio Moira.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Here it comes! The power of destruction.
Reinhardt on the point. Oh, he gets slept, charges in, it gets taken down. Those are some huge picks on both sides.
Yeah, now here's where that clock really comes into play, because you can't extend. Someone's got to stay there, and when you get into the all game, that's when it gets real dangerous.
10 seconds.
10 seconds left on the clock. May gets taken down. So does Reinhardt. We see a soldier ult from the top line. Drops down to try to get that Moira. Moira fades. Oh, and she gets taken down by the Ashe. Reinhardt's able to touch the point at last minute, but gets slept and antied. Time is
it's
ticking
a staggered
down.
Game now. I don't think anyone's getting there though.
Ooh, and nobody can touch.
That's the danger we speak of. Because now if you're the Tators, you basically have to spawn camp. You have no other option.
Initiating match.
Most definitely, Tators has to make sure that there's at least one person on that payload at all times to contest, or else Lynx is just gonna walk it right around that corner.
Oh yeah, like you really can't afford to give up an inch. Like you might as well just line up in front of the door.
Ready for battle.
No, like seriously, don't do that. But I hope they get the point.
Oh, we've got an attack bastion and a defense bastion. Let's go.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Over on defense, we've got the Reinhardt Sig double shield with a Junk Bastion and a Lucio Baptiste. And on attack, we are running the double shield with a Reinhardt Sig, a Soldier Bastion, and a Mercy Anna. There we go. Too many names to
One
think
person and the other one.
5, 4, 3,
They both start with an M.
1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Alright, Bastion is set up on that payload. Sig is trying to eat as much damage as he possibly can. We are now turning that corner.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you can't afford to be up there. You gotta jump down.
They are down on that point, though.
There we go. Because yeah, you've got to hold for 2 minutes and change, and that's not a lot of breathing room.
Yeah, especially with our Reinhardt down. That is one shield that's no longer available to them, available to the Bastion.
That's gonna be difficult to overcome.
Oh, the
that's
charge
a
on the
beautiful
Bastion
charge
taking
there.
him out. Coming back with a ball just for that quick.
3 on payload.
Out of existence.
Spin for the win until your team gets there.
Unfortunately, Sigma falls. Looks like ball's about to fall.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
All the team is coming back, and unfortunately, that no one could contest. And map 3 goes to Lynx.
Play of the game.
Diva Bomb doing absolutely big things here. And then a quick remech taking out that soldier.
Epic.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alrighty, we are now at that time where we go back to lobby and see if there's any switches as we head into Eichenwald. go ahead and switch sides over here and switch these names. And it does look like we have a few switches over on Leak's side. Your mom coming in for Token. Then we've got Cat coming in for Nino. And Knight and White will be staying on support.
Is their championship lineup because it is match point for Lynx here.
Most definitely, like he mentioned, this is map point. Winner takes all, or we can tie it up in this season 6 round 1 of these playoffs for this tier 1 Easy Lynx versus Tators. Easy Lynx is ahead 2-1, so either Lynx can take it all with Eichenwald, or Tators can turn it around and wrong button, and get a map here tying it up.
Yeah, it's been an extremely back and forth matchup. Obviously, it's a 4 and a 5 seed, so they finished both closely in the standings. And the winner of this game gets a date with the 1 seed Hirokin. So if anything, this is probably a good game to get your warm up on, because you're gonna have to be prepped to face them. They were the 1 seed. Their games, they did not lose much.
Are these ones facing off first seed?
Yeah, the winner of this match faces off the 1 seed.
Oh, most definitely. And like you mentioned, they are a very, very strong team, holding in first for game wins. I believe that they are at what, 8-2 or 7-3. My apologies. I didn't exactly write everything down, but like he mentioned, that is a very hard team to go against. So, I mean, Lynx is definitely showing very strong. Tators does have the chance to turn it around. Oh, we do have a swap over on Tater's side. Bear is coming in for Trinity.
Yeah, Hirokin finished the regular season with a record of 8-2, but Fun closed the season on an 8-game streak.
Most definitely in the first spot, a very good and very strong team to go against. So, I mean, Tators or Lynx has a very difficult game ahead of them next week. But I mean, this game is being absolutely difficult too. Both these teams are doing absolutely wonderful. Lynx showing a very strong defense dominance here, and Tators, I mean, they have turned it around in that last map, being able to push it all the way to 3. So I don't see any problem with this. But then again, Eichenwald being that hybrid map, having to capture that first point could be a very difficult spot.
Yeah, and even though it is a hybrid map, it's a little different than from Numbani. Those are different. The limit, the altitudes are different. Then, like we said, maybe some players even just prefer the map, and that can always be.
You're right, and we've seen so many heroes come into play these past couple of maps. Like you've mentioned, I haven't seen an Echo yet, but we've seen plenty of Soldier, plenty of Bastion. some Junkrat. We've seen some Symmetra. So, I mean, there could be so many possibilities for this map between these teams. We are still, there it is. We've got the ready up from both teams, so let's go ahead and hop into Eichenwald. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is Season 6, Round 1 of Playoffs, Tier 1 Easy Lynx versus TATORS, and so far it is 2-1 in Lynx favor.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
And we are ready here on this defense, running that double shield with that Reinhardt Sig, a soldier Junkrat, and a Mercy Anna. And over on defense, you know, I really need to get my witch's hat and broom here, because I mentioned Echo, and look what we've got. We've got that Reinhardt Diva with a Symmetra Echo and a Baptiste Mercy.
The first appearance of Echo tonight.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
We gotta say, it's a little dangerous though, because Sammy's been absolutely on it with the hit. Guy is not gonna be your friend as long as he's got.
Most definitely looks like they how that was that a TP over the building?
It went low.
Oh, I see it now. Okay. I was gonna say, how exactly did they get over the building there? Looks like
how they got it. They probably were going up. They went low.
Most definitely looks like Lynx was not exactly ready for that, as they're backing up off of point, and TATORS is capturing it pretty fast. We see Tyre coming into play.
Where is it?
I don't know. It's coming. It's coming. There it is. Who's it gonna get? It gets the Baptiste.
Still though, 2 ticks on a first push. That's pretty good.
You see these DPS over here. You saw that Cat already got her tire off. Sammy with that visor online. Several alts also coming online for that Mercy. And then over on the other side, we've got Baptiste window coming in fairly soon, and Duplicate coming pretty fast as well.
Yeah, it looks like the Symmetra was just a one try go for it. Ban switching to Han.
This is not your time. Adjusting angle of attack.
See TATORS
You
taking
called
this
the
left
Echo.
side.
Who would you use the copy on here?
Reinhardt always. There's nothing better than having a third tank on your team.
Get through this.
But it looks like Lynx, it makes that cleanup here, taking out a lot of the team, making TATORS have to back up here and regroup.
Time is dwindling, but they do only have to get a tick, so you know, one fight win could do it.
See another tire coming into play.
Shut down.
60 seconds.
60 seconds left on that clock. We still have Dupe and Dragons. Oh, and they dupe the Sig.
You said Nothing better than a third tank.
Fortunately, gets taken out of Dupe before he's able to get an ult off.
30 seconds now. Looking at your last full group up here. Gonna switch to Lucio for more speed.
Yeah, but you know, unfortunately with this last group up here in this 20 seconds, looks like they're only gonna have one ult, which is Valk.
Yeah, and Sammy's coming up on his visor. We've seen him do a lot of cleanup duty throughout the entirety of these matches.
Yep. Valk does come into play. Sammy holding back on point, just waiting to drop that visor. And there it is. Takes out the Echo. Gets the res on that Echo. Echo is now back, but gets taken down again.
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
Now I really have to think, if you're Tators, you're trying to figure out what exactly you could do on defense from stopping this very strong team here coming out of Lynx. Because I mean, you saw in the last maps on Numbani and Dorado, you know, they were able to move it to where they needed to get. In Numbani, they were able to get that control point pretty fast. So it's all about thinking of what heroes and how exactly a team you can stay together and keep that damage onto Lynx and keep them away from that point.
Yeah, and then, like, ironically, the difference between this map and those other maps is you can kind of afford to sit a little further back here. You can on, for example, like was. So it might actually serve in their best interest to sit back like they've been doing. I wouldn't try to get too aggressive here.
Got Junkrat just sitting on the job here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
A little bit of split up here. See Reinhardt and Anna down on the low ground where everybody else is up there on that high.
Out of existence.
Sig deciding to push into that little room. And they start that rotate around the back. Oh, big pick on the Hanzo. And another big pick on that Reinhardt.
Does a great job of crowd control here. Like I said, you can afford to give up ground. This match, it's a little different than the other maps. This is just towards the point there. There's so many corners back towards the point. Even then, you've got the high ground advantage from the defensive deck.
Got banned on that sim now. Probably put up TP for a fast respawn for his team. We do have a couple of ults coming online. We see both support ults for Tater's side. Junkrat already getting tired over on Link's side. Immortality coming out to try to protect some of the team. It's going around against the
Mercy though.
We see double flux coming. Oh, and those are big picks. Tators are just falling. That's a huge shatter.
That might just do it. I don't know if they have anyone.
I don't think anyone can get to the point fast enough. No, they don't. And third and fourth map goes to Lynx. Congratulations, Lynx, winning your first game of playoffs in round 1. You will now advance to round 2, and you'll meet Hyrukin. So who you thinking to get in here for a little quick interview?
Probably want to talk to Sammy.
I mean, I like that decision as well. We saw, him on that DPS being absolutely just dominating that soldier, getting visor after visor, taking picks after picks, was definitely an upside for their team.
Yeah, like I forgot which one of our casters said it, but that like it always feels a little cheap when you pick a DPS as MVP. But there are some cases, and like this is one of them today, where you literally kind of to pick him. There's absolutely no question. Like yes, obviously you're supposed to point, click, kill, but when they do it at such a high clip, you gotta call it and see it.
Most definitely. I sent the invite. Let's see if we can get him in here real quick. Let's see. I don't see why not. Let's get Sammy and Nino in here. Both of these DPS players doing absolutely beautiful. Nino was just so dominating on that Pharah, staying in the sky. Didn't really have a whole lot of, air contest there. So I would like to have a quick chat with Mr. Nino. Hello.
Hello.
And we've got Sammy in here as well. Congratulations, you guys, for winning round 1.
Thank you. It was all because of Sam.
It was all because of Sammy. Yes, I do have to agree. Sammy on that soldier was very dominating, like we just mentioned seconds ago. Visor after visor, pick after pick. I do have to say, your supports were doing pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yes, Knight and Mr. White are great supports.
Most definitely Mr. White on that Anna. I saw some beautiful nades, some beautiful sleeps, and some beautiful nanos coming into play. Hello, your mom whack. Welcome. Your tank play was absolutely beautiful tonight. Oh, they're not in party yet. Or not. I was talking to myself. Okay. That's fine. Your tank play was absolutely beautiful tonight, your mom whack. I do have to say that.
I just try to do my best. You just learn how to play and then you try to do better than the other team. But it's like real life sports. Like you always want to try to put your best out there.
Oh yeah.
Whether you win or lose, as long as you're having fun.
So a couple of questions. You want to go first?
Sure. So obviously, you mentioned the comparison to real life sports. So coming into this matchup, was there anything that was like either discussed in your guys' practices or just coming into this game of what to look out for, or was this kind of more of doing what the same you guys have been doing?
I know, like, from what Nino tends to do, like, he tends to, like go through and say, this is probably what they might do, might play, but keep an eye out for any other comp they might play. So we try to, like, learn what we can do to prevent them from gaining so much ground. And to, like, keep a calm, like, focus on the game.
I see. And you know, it is very, very good to keep calm and not try to freak out, especially when you hear all those alts going off at once. Um, what kind of things were going through your mind in particular um, on tank going against this team?
When I went against them in the past, I know that I had to be like wary on where Band is like going, like what movement he's trying to take, so I can relay it. Because if he gets like a good advantage, he can like be a whole pain to deal with. And then everyone on their team. Oh no, I'm not good with names. Then there was Frankie. I think yeah, Frankie. He's also a really good Rhine. So like I was also trying to make sure I was able to either stay like a little bit ahead of him or keep the same playing field with him.
You know, I was always told that the main job of a Reinhardt is to keep an eye on the other Reinhardt.
Like from what I learned playing as a Ryan, like you gotta like try to keep an eye on like where people are going to relay to your team. So it's like you don't want to solo focus on one person. Like you want to like try to multitask onto like to see what picks your team can get off.
Super, you have any questions?
Yeah, I got one more. So obviously with the win, you know, you guys advanced to face Hirokin and 2. You guys gave them only one of their 2 losses on the season. Is there any or I should put it this way, do you guys keep that in mind, or do you have to forget about that going into this matchup? No.
I think we should forget about it because we're gonna like after we win against them, we had like 2 or 3 more wins, and then we went into a losing streak. So um, I think like we shouldn't. How do I say this? Like we should like stay humble, even though we took a match out of them. Like we shouldn't get overconfident because we took a win on like the second week of the league season. We are on playoffs, so it's like from that win to this game, they probably like have changed stuff and has gotten better as a team, and I think we should aspire to get better as a team too, and just like keep looking forward and not on past accomplishments.
Most
If that
definitely.
makes
Kind
sense.
of kind of view it as a blank slate, like you've never played against them before. That win in the past doesn't matter. You're coming in and it's all new. It's, you know, it could be a win or it could be a lose. It could be a whole completely new team kind of thing. I do understand that.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have any words of inspiration to say to our viewers or anything like that?
Mm, um, Thanks for the people that joined the stream and watch the game. They might not be like a large amount of people, but I'm sure that the teams and the casters appreciate them watching the game and enjoying it and having the same amount of fun that we as the teams and you guys out there like has the casters had watching it.
And make sure you spam chat with your thanks for our casters, Queenie and Rondo.
that too.
Most definitely. We absolutely enjoy coming out here and casting these games and watching these teams do their absolute best. Rondo, you have any more questions?
I mean, I'm good on questions. Obviously, congratulations to you guys on the win, and good luck to you guys next week against Hyrogan.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much for joining us for this little interview. Again, congratulations on your Season 6 Round 1 Tier 1 win. Easy Lynx versus Tators. Lynx take it 3-1 and advance to round 2 to meet Hyrukin. So keep an eye out for those games. And with that being said, I am Queenie, my wonderful co-caster, Super Rondo with me. Thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, of course, it was great. Obviously, those of you who tuned in to watch, thank you for that. Hit the follow button. We're 3 away from 450.
Most
make sure you
definitely. Follow,
climb.
follow, follow. And
Don't
again, thank you so much for joining us. We love you all. Until next time, we are out of here.